South Central. It's the highlight of the night. This shit's dope. Shit is badass.
The backyards, there's no rules. It's just raw. Excitement, chaos, anything goes.
The great thing about the backyard scene is that it's really where punk is really thriving.
It's something that makes us feel like we're a part of something.
Fights break out, but there's also all that camaraderie.
That's where the scene is, and that's where I want to be. I don't feel at home anywhere else.
If it wasn't for the backyard scene and going to gigs, I'd probably just stay home and be lame.
Without the punk rock scene, I never would have discovered there's a reason to keep living, that other people felt the same as me, that I wasn't alone.
Punk rock, thank you. You saved my life.
First, you're gonna make a left. It's like 6 minutes from here, so it's still East LA. After Esperanza, that's Boyle Heights. And First Street, keep on going. When I book shows in the backyard, I hit up people around the area, ask them, hey, do you know any houses you have? I go meet to the person in the house if I don't know that person. Talk to them, explain to them what's going on, what's gonna happen, what genre it is. They think it's gonna be like baller parties or something like that. I'm like, no, sir, it's gonna be the rockeros, like punk rockers. Is this driveway?
Yeah. Watch, no, it's gonna be in the back. Watch it trip out.
Oh, okay, cool. And all these places right here, they don't mind the noise?
Nah.
What's up, brother? How's it going? Good. Dude, perfect. We put the band right here, man?
Yeah, and then just
boom.
Everybody over there, and then
everybody.
nobody, no groupies or nothing go back here. I'm gonna have all this shit. Cause I'm gonna have myself back here.
All right, cool, man. It's on Friday. We gotta get this going on. Thank you for everything. See you Friday. I spent in one day spamming and promoting about 1 to 3 hours a day. Thanks to all my friends, they let me borrow their pages, they let me borrow their codes, their Facebook, they have trust in me. In Facebook, I have access to 33 pages right now. I already sent to this event 20,000 people invites. So my next step now is just spam the flyer. I started promoting shows. I tried my first show when I was 15 years and a half. Back then, the days in East LA, Boyle Heights, there was not that many punk gigs. There were metal gigs, but no punk gigs. There was a lot of dance parties. I was like, where's the punk scene? You know, I'm a punk, I love music, I love noise. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna start doing gigs. It went horrible. Back then, there was no MySpace, it was no Facebook, nothing like that. It was one-on-one, walking, going to shows, flying everybody. I passed out, I think, like 1,000 to 2,000 flyers. 2 people showed up because there was another show the same day. I couldn't believe it, but it happened. I wanted to see the scene happen, and I tried, and then eventually people started coming. I don't think I would like to promote shows and venues and all that because I love the backyard, I love the raw scene. You could do anything you want. Basically, there's no rules. I already got kicked out of so many venues, so I seen how they are.
I prefer the backyard just because you get more of a crowd there. Venues, you're only gonna get a crowd if you get someone big. If you throw a venue show with a bunch of locals and try to charge them like $7 to get in, no one's gonna go. They'd rather go see you play for $2 in South Central.
Los Angeles, it's a really massive city. There's like so many different places within places. And that's not even mentioning like the genre punk, the subcategories, the super subcategories. Street punk, anarcho-punk, crust punk, power violence, thrash metal, death metal, black and thrash metal, death thrash metal, ska punk, ska core, crack rock steady. Do people play proto-punk anymore? I don't know, that's a thing. It's just a multiplex of different genres out there. LA is the place to be.
Everybody has a story, whether it's dad not being around or never met the mom or, you know, brother in prison. Because of the fact that there's so much poverty, there's so much going on. You've got all these like 15-year-old kids, you don't know where the hell their parents are, and you know, they're running around the streets with 40 ounces, going to backyard gigs.
Well, where would I be without the backyard scene? I have relatives that are gang members. Where I grew up was not like, there was a lot of gang activity, a lot of gang members, a lot of, you know, I think that's one of my biggest fears, that I could have been that. And as you know, and I think about that kid who got shot in front of my house, like that could have been me had I gone through the wrong steps.
I'll describe a backyard show like, you know, it's pretty loud, it's a little wild, pretty much like a party. I feel comfortable more than I am anywhere else. There's no somebody just getting stared at because you have spiky hair or like pointy boots or spiky jackets, you know, like everybody is just welcome here.
You don't have to be a punk to go to a show. Anyone is welcome, which is pretty cool. So any type of person you can see at a show. There's cholos, punks, gothic girls, club kids. And in the scene, who cares if you're gay? Nobody.
Next motherfucker piss on my house, I got some fireworks to make motherfuckers disappear. I'm not getting paid for none of this shit. And you play pussy and watch motherfuckers get fucked. I don't care about y'all party. Don't piss on my motherfucking house.
Yeah, I don't have a penis to piss on your house.
You think I'm fucking joking? When I make motherfuckers disappear, I ain't see nobody smack.
Absolutely adored the idea that punk rock was about perseverance rather than giving up or just lamenting in the pain. Every day I struggle with depression and anger. I struggle with trying to remind myself of reasons to live. For at least 10 years of my life, not a day went by that I didn't wake up and say, fuck, I'm still alive. I have wanted to end my life more times than I can count. I've attempted to end my life several times, and I've always been inebriated. One time, I drank a quarter gallon of car coolant in a driveway and miraculously survived without any real medical attention, just a bill. Because my ex's mom saw me, she's like, what are you drinking? I was like, beer, and she's like, no, what the fuck is that? And called an ambulance. And I threw up red and green all night. It was horrible. I attempted to overdose on cocaine, woke up in a pool of my own blood, attempted to overdose on speed, woke up in a pool of my own blood, tried to hang myself, and the rafter broke. The rafter broke! What kind of shit is that? This is supposed to be a support building approved by the city, and it broke. Termites.
On 4.
Crystal meth! Wacko gas! In my brain! Going to shit! Thinking yet? I'm me back! Think I'm dead! I feel like
the band is really the only thing that's keeping me going. When I didn't have a job, I didn't have a home, I didn't have anything, the band was the reason to keep living. And it's the only thing I've stuck with for so long. It's the only real consistent part of my life. The rest of the band, they are like family to me. They've been there through thick, thin. They've seen me through all my embarrassing stages.
In fact, a lot of our songs were poems I wrote while institutionalized, and our drummer Carlos, being that he has a background in music, he converted a lot of that to songs. We didn't think we were really gonna go anywhere with it. It just kind of happened. It's the greatest part about it.
My name is April and I'm from Watts. I'm 15. I'm probably like the only one that's young in the scene. I don't really do anything with my life. Well, my favorite thing is just going to backyard shows.
Because the first band, they dropped. But I got another band, but they need like a drum set and a guitar amp.
My mom doesn't really care, you know. I can't say she's cold-hearted, but she's like me. She's like, well, I don't care. It's not my problem. Because she grew up in a bad childhood, you know, they would treat her bad. And once they treat you bad, like, you become someone like, well, I don't give a shit, you know. That's them. It's not my problem. She does what she has to do, and I do what I gotta do. I just stick to my area, like South Central, or either Compton, East Los. Nothing really scares me, and I can take care of myself.
Here you go, I'm gonna show you what it do.
Imperial by my house, like right there in the corner. The lady crossed it in red and she got run over by the bus and they squished her head. She died. I was just shocked, you know, I couldn't do anything about it. She was already dead. And I already seen people calling the cops, so I just left back home. I was like, oh my God. You see her eyes pop out? Oh my God. So now I'm like throwing shows like every other 2 weeks or 3. I'm gonna knock on the door first.
Oh, what's up? How are you?
Good.
Oh, no, nice. I like having April on my team rather than not having her on my team. I think she's a good organizer, you know. As you may know, this is like South Central. And I know a lot of talented people, a lot of them. And unfortunately, there's not enough resource or guidance for everybody to be like, all right, focus all that energy and all that art potential into something productive.
The last show I threw, it was like 300 people there. It was squish, but you know, everyone was having fun. Alright. How much is this?
Bunch of shitload of non-payments.
Well, the much I can make throwing a show is basically like 700. I split it with the other guy that helps me out. Whatever I get, I give it to my mom, you know. And I help her out with my rent. One total of all my rent and my phone bill is like $450. I don't really pay the bands. Most of the bands, they do it for the music, you know, not for the money.
We want to see everyone closer! I guess you guys are a bunch of fucking pussies, huh? This one is called the Assassin!
Being in a pit is like just yourself, you know, take out your anger, just push people. Like if your mom gets you mad, you can't do anything about it. You're not gonna hit her, you know, just wait for like the weekend, you know, just take it out there in the pit and just have fun.
Coming up right now.
Like, you know, the backyard wave, go all the way back to, you know, 78, 79, you know, probably even earlier. I mean, it depends on what genre of punk rock you're talking about. You know, like I said, nobody could get shows on the west side, so we started having shows on the east side. The Hollywood kids, they call us the taco bands. Taco punks, beaner rock.
I don't think anyone was trying for success. It just happened. If it happened, it did. I don't even remember the names of these bands, you know. They were just all the local bands, you know, whoever was around at the time. It started when I started going, you know, 1976, but they weren't punk rock parties. They were just like stoner parties, and one band might show up that's playing something weird, you know, and everyone's like, what the heck is that, you know?
Where the fucking riot squad? Where's South Central fucking bus? Where's South Central fucking drugs?
In this part of South Central, like Watts area, like close to Compton, there wasn't really like a punk rock scene, punk rockers. I started writing music, and our first song that I wrote was SC Drunks because of my passion for LA and the South Central scene. In the song SC Drunks, I shouted out all the cities that nobody knows around here, like Compton, Southgate. You know, you hear of LA, but you don't know what the little cities, like what you would consider the ghetto. So I shouted them out there, and I even told myself, I'm like, I hope we get big one day and people hear about these cities and people hear this song.
The majority of the hardcore that you're gonna find really good bands with a lot of kids that have heart are the kids that are poor. They come from all, you know, the dirty, shitty, scummy, prostitute-filled gangster haven, bullet-flying, filthy place that people go by as they're driving on the freeway. And if you go look at a lot of these backyard bands, a lot of them are really good. They're putting out really good music. But if you look at the gear that they're playing with, they've got, a music stand kind of jerry-rigged with a screw in it holding up a cracked cymbal. A lot of the backyard bands don't get the recognition that they probably could because they don't have the exposure.
My kind of entryway to punk was kind of consciously oriented. It's like, oh, it's a system for change, and we can improve our society and build a community. I think it's an artistic representation of the inner turmoil that we feel inside as working class communities, as people coming from lower income backgrounds. There are a lot of punks in the backyard scene who get messed up and end up passed out in the corner, drowning in their own vomit. And I don't think that's necessarily their fault. I think a lot of people are like, oh, well, you should make better decisions. But it's really hard to make better decisions when you're living in a decrepit environment. Look at South Central and East LA. Like, there's super underfunded education systems. It's like there's not enough money for textbooks. There's not enough money for teachers who are passionate about their job to focus in on one student. I came up with this concept with my friend Martian. It's called La Tristeza, the sadness of living in the hood. Because it's just like everywhere you look, it's like drive-bys, it's like gang activity, there's prostitution, there's not a lot of options for people here in the hood. It's like, what else are you gonna do but escape? Oh! My mom is from El Salvador, my dad's from Guatemala. They came here during the 1980s as refugees from, my mom, a civil war in El Salvador, my dad from a military dictatorship. They're super Catholic, super disciplined, still together. So from them, like by example, I learned about like dedication and just like being really consistent with everything. And I translated that, I guess that lesson into my band, into I guess like artwork, and also into my academics.
Yeah, this is my mom. She's a vocal performer. She's the reason I like singing, but I don't sing the way she sings. She's the reason I know the difference between alto, tenor, and soprano, and harmonization, and singing things on key.
Yeah, we have different, how do you say, genre?
Yeah.
We are immigrants in this country, and we are very blessed of being here.
We are immigrants that working hard to be better. For that reason, we try to teach our sons to keep going to school, no matter what. Maybe I'm not rich, but I'm so lucky to have the best family,
I grew up with my mom, my dad, my grandma, and my brother in a single-bedroom apartment my whole life. So that means that there was a lot of times where it was kind of cramped up. I didn't have enough space to study. My mom was like, "Stop typing so hard. I'm trying to go to sleep because I have work tomorrow." Or like, kids would be playing outside, making a ruckus. I'd have to like kind of block all these things out and super focus. Try living on top of other people at the same time that you're trying to like catch a breath to live and study to make it better for yourself.
Y no me esperaron. No, porque estaba esto muy muerto. Estaba muy muerto. Ya vino la alegría.
I was minoring in history and a major in political science, so I hate the world. I hate the world.
En nombre del Padre,
del Hijo y del Espíritu Santo. Amén. Gracias, Padre Santo, porque nos has permitido estar un año más reunidos en esta santa casa. Te doy gracias, Señor, por esta familia que siempre nos recibe con mucho amor.
I don't get to eat like this every day, so I might as well. It's cool. It's a blessing. That mohawk was pretty cool. And then I got a job, so I had to shave it off.
I know, I always receive your invitations on Facebook.
Yeah, you're welcome.
I know.
That's actually not me. It's like this guy Nacho from Corrupted Youth. Like, I've given him the okay to log into my Facebook and like send out invitations. And well, right now I'm disbanded Rhythmic Asylum, and like it's kind of my band between now and before I start law school. I did this for Crusty Drunks. They're like a pogo street punk band from South Central, It's not too complicated. It's kind of cool.
I could put that in a t-shirt.
Yeah, you totally should. So I did for Psych Ward. Like, it's one of my favorite pieces because it's like super graphic right there. Makes me cringe a little bit, you know. Like, I actually looked at pictures like Passion of the Christ and they kind of copied it, you know. So,
Right.
Yeah, and this
That's
is this
a
Rhythmic
really good-
Asylum. This is what I did for Corrupted Youth.
Hey, so that's it like
It's pencil.
You drew it?
Straight up
You drew
pencil.
it?
Yeah.
You drew it yourself?
Yeah, pretty much. It's like that one took me like 4 days to do it, you know. When I was 16, 17, they're like, "Where are you going? Why does your hair look like that? Why are you dressed like that?" Now they see that I'm in a band and I'm taking photos and I'm doing like all these promotionals for different bands. They're like, "Oh, well, I guess he's kind of involved with this community. He's a creator of the culture." Guantanamera. Guantanamera.
We're in East LA in a backyard gig right now. This is in the beginning right now, so in a few hours it's gonna start. And we're just waiting for the sound system to get over here, and it's gonna start at 7. First band goes up at 8, and we take it from there. Damn, ya la movieron toda. This is more than enough room that I need.
You sure?
I'm
I was thinking just
positive.
like, you can have people over here.
No, trust me. Like, if we could keep this clean all the time, it's gonna be way better for us, so people won't be in the front and won't get burned out. Like, from here and up, it's perfect.
All right, we'll do that then.
Cool? Yeah, dude, who gives a fuck?
Oh, I didn't see that. Tonight, we are expecting about 200 to 250 people. I don't think the show's gonna get rated tonight. There's the football classic. It's Garfield High School and Roosevelt High School, so all the cops are gonna be busy. If Garfield wins, you're gonna have that side of East LA going crazy. It's worse than the Mexico soccer game. Boyle Heights and East Los Angeles is just, it's two different cities. A lot of people confuse them as the same because they're so close together, and everything it's known as like Boyle Heights or East Los, and they just say East Los, and most people when they say East Los Angeles, they actually think it's Boyle Heights as part of East Los Angeles, but it's not. It's two different cities.
Where do we set up? We set up right here. I'm gonna move all this shit right now.
He is in the bag. I'm not a punk rocker. And at first, I'm gonna admit, I used to hate it. And then, I don't know, it just, the shows created a very, very deep bond between Nacho and I.
How you been?
We weren't always close like this. Definitely the shows had a big part on us getting close.
Here you go. We used to pay our rent by throwing shows. I didn't have a job. My job was like promote the show, and Natalie and Nacho would put it together. They do a great job at it. It's always packed, always a lot of people.
We had like 5 people that know Nacho and want to get him for free already. So we need like a no Nacho here sign or something.
Nah, because sometimes people come in and I really don't know who they are and shit. Right. Yeah, and like they're like, oh, it's my girlfriend. Like in my head, I'm like, okay, dude, like I don't want to be rude if you're actually friends from the house, but sometimes we just sneak in or try rushing it in.
I'm a freelance bum, and I live for a living. Without the backyard scene, I would be grumpy and upset. I would always be working and probably have a girlfriend or something. How's everybody going out there? How's everybody? How's those beers? I'm used to playing like wasted, so playing sober, it's kind of a new experience. So I'm just enjoying myself this time, actually playing and enjoying myself.
That's it, dog. It's on. It's on.
Happy birthday! beer, drink your beer, take your boyfriends.
Crazy ass motherfucker, dog. Straight up. The first time I ever saw him do that shit, I was like, what the hell, dude? But it is what it is. He pulls it off. He does his thing. And all respects for him. Fuck it.
Alright, so like, fuck this Atkins diet. You want this body. It's called Body by Depression. Let's do it.
I got an idea to start in a band when I was like around 16 and a half. And one of my friends, Pulga, let me borrow his iPod for a week. He told me, listen to this for the whole week. Tell me what you think. Exploited, Spiky Drunk, Casualties, Unseen, A Global Thread, everything. Things that happen in my personal life that I could relate with them, or they sing about like the struggles of life. What Corrupted Your message is, you know, you're not alone out there, because we all have like a lot of things in common. Because we're all Hispanic, and it's true, like a lot of things that happen to us is the same things that happening to their families, their other friends' families, to the other cousins' families. We all relate somehow in the end. One thing, because I'm a person that keeps everything inside a lot, and that's the way I show right there with the music, doing the shows.
Nacho Corrupted is a guy I've known for a long time. And yeah, he started giving me my first big breaks like in the backyard scenes in East Los Angeles. For me, it was really like a godsend to have him as a friend.
Let me see what's up with these motherfucking cops. Fucker. How you doing, sir?
What's your party?
Yes, sir. It's actually already done. Shut down. It's done. Yes, sir. Sorry for a little bit late delay. We kind of get a little bit delayed. Sorry about that. Apologies. Yes, sir. We do that right now. Oh my God. Yeah, don't worry, sir. Actually, it's done already. Those some badass shotguns you have going on right there. All right, thank you, sir. Have a great night. Hey, we'll throw another show right here where you guys come back.
Fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah? What you guys think I should do better to fucking bring more people inside?
More alcohol.
More alcohol?
Yeah, fuck yeah.
What's up, bro? Nacho. I'm trying to make another show right here, the 15th, man.
I'm down to come.
Yeah.
I'm down to like pull all nighter outside though. Like that doesn't bother me.
My mom is on. Dude, if your boys don't come back, kick it with us. We'll do something at the end of the night.
That's what's up.
That's for a fact.
We're talking about. We're talking about the whole fight with the one person because he mobbed on the other person's wall.
I don't know what you guys talking about, yo.
I got a story about you. I got arrested and I went to jail because of your ass.
Told you about it.
I went to jail because of this mother.
I swing at the cop. I swing at the East LA Sheriff cop. I literally hit him.
Yeah, but I ended up fighting with the cops so because I knew that he had tickets and I didn't, so I ended up like attacking the cop kind of, so I would get blamed for it and he could get off and go home for
And yeah, and the cop actually hit you.
I swear we ended up like in jail, like
Remember I told you
wet
for the.
'cause it was raining that night.
That was the first time I ever said, "Damn, I'm gonna get my ass beat firme tonight."
No, I got my ass beat firme. I had bruises all. Yeah, fuck yeah, I had bruises all over. They fucked me up. Cops beat me up like to the max.
Natalie's my sister. I love her with my heart. She's always been there for me from day one to right now. I was born in East Los Angeles, but the second week of being born, my father took me to Culiacán, Sinaloa, and I was raised there 10 years.
When my parents finally got divorced, my father decided that we were gonna come back to the United States. He got full custody of both of us.
I didn't know no English whatsoever. I hated that. It was hard. It was like, oh, these people talking English. I don't understand nothing.
When it came to like social skills, it was super hard. Even in a Hispanic community, because remember, these kids are already like second, third generation. They're what we call Chicanos. They're not Mexicans. And you have like two full-blown Mexicans here with like, buenos dias, you know, like it's not easy.
I knew my mother, but there's not much to remember.
She was 23 years younger than my father. She was very, very, very passionate. Very hot-headed. She was not scared of any guy or any scenario. She was something else. Like, she had balls. Like, I think if we got balls, we probably got it from there.
I was with her when I was a little kid, but what, until like I was like, what, 7, 6? I'm not gonna remember from there the rest. I just remember how she looks, that's it, and I remember how she looks now from a picture.
I don't know exactly what made her leave. I don't think she was ready for the whole load, or maybe she just got married too young, or she felt like something else and she kind of made the wrong choices. I know it wasn't because my father wasn't good or anything, because my dad's an amazing man.
She was in Mexico and I was in Los Angeles. She couldn't cross the border over here. She couldn't come over here at all whatsoever. My mom passed away in a car accident.
My mom's passing might have made Nacho more cautious in terms of who he opens up to. He was super close to her. Like in his childhood, it was just like this bond that he had with her. And I think that's why he felt it more. Yeah, you could tell it hurt a lot. I mean, he locked himself up and he was just, yeah.
There's a lot of different reasons people throw shows. Cancer, sick grandma, funeral, and there's a lot of that going on, especially like in the neighborhoods. It's like people don't have that type of money to pay for these things, and the shows kind of raise some money for kids to have for their families, which is pretty cool.
Just on a serious note, real quick, don't mean to be like sad and everything, but we're gonna dedicate this set to our friend Allison, who just passed away last year. She always supported us. Okay, now we can get over the fact that we're all girls and we can circle pit like the dudes do. This is 40 ounce. It's about abusive men. So if you hate your girlfriend, come up here and act like a little bitch that you are. Oh! I take the balls with the silence, with my 40 ounce bottle of violence. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 too many, so excuses for the bank, do it, just think of buying new I took a piece of every day, lift me up, I'm done with this. You fucked up, no more silence, no more violence, no more signs, 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 no more, I take the blow. my 40-ounce bottle of violence. 1, 2, 3, 4, one too many, go with you. For the pain, do it, just think about it, to repeat. Say you're sorry, think of me, who called me names. Beat me up, I'm done with this. You fucked up, no more violence. No more violence. No more violence, 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 no more violence.
Alex has always been very strong-minded. Even though something was different, he did it anyway. He was always a kind kid. If someone was being bullied, he had no fear, and he would help the kid that was being bullied. It was a wonderful trait.
All the good stuff is from her. You know, her support. Because I didn't have the patience.
I love you so
I
much.
love you too.
I've missed you because your phone was out.
You know?
I'm sorry.
And you don't answer my texts or my emails.
Okay, here's the thing. When I'm on Wi-Fi, my phone will not send texts. So sometimes I try to send a text, and it won't send. So I have to be more attentive, and I do smoke a lot of weed. I have a million good memories of feeling loved with my mom. Hey, it was good to see you, Dad.
Hey, good to see you too.
With my dad, not quite so much. Growing up, I wasn't starving, I wasn't beaten, but things were hard in their own way. A doctor that they had taken me to discovered that I had ADHD. So I was force-fed these pills as a child, and they helped me focus in school. But I began getting very angry. I began fighting at school. A couple of times, me and my dad almost came to blows. Like, we'd be standing there in each other's faces, yelling at each other. And one day, we got into a really bad fight. And he came at me. And I had a knife in my pocket, and I took it out. And I said, if you take one more step, I'm gonna slit your throat. And my mom saw it and started freaking out. This was like an 8-inch blade in the hands of a middle schooler. So the police were naturally called, and they told me that essentially, even if my parents didn't press charges, I would either have the opportunity to go to a psychiatric ward or to juvenile hall. I chose psychiatric ward. We had 4 units, we called them cottages, and the guys in cottage 1 were really into punk. I never knew what punk was. What do you listen to? What is that crap? And finally they gave me a Discharge CD, the Y album. I was like, holy shit, this is epic.
Well, Alex once had an 8-inch mohawk that was blue, and he'd wear these.
The black one was 8 inches.
What?
The black one was 8 inches, the blue one was 18.
It was 18 inches?
I couldn't stand it.
Oh.
To this day, I don't even want to think about it, because it, you know, that ticked me off. I don't, you know, want to go in my own home. I work my ass off for it, have to see somebody with a mohawk. I don't want to look at a mohawk. I remember it's Thanksgiving, and I said to you, either he's out or get that thing cut off. I'm a fan of Ronald Reagan, and he's a fan of Black Flag, so there you go.
At my house, I have no food, so when I come over here, I cook as much as I can to take as much as I can home. I like cooking, love working in the kitchen. It started with my mom. She always said that I was too weird to find a wife who will cook for me, so I need to learn how to cook for myself. I love fresh rosemary. The smell. On her side of the family, I come from a long line of Asian chefs, all with their own different specialties, all with their own different techniques. Tonight I'm making a rack of lamb, roasted with mashed potatoes and sauteed green beans. I'm I'm actually really focused on doing a good job because I rarely get to cook for my family, so it's important that every single time I do, that I make something that they really like. Then they might actually invite me to cook for them, instead of me saying, hey, let me cook for you guys tonight. My mom's father was a chef in China before the Japanese occupation. When he moved over here, he continued chefing and he also worked as a bartender. That's something I've always admired about him, especially because he was doing that from when he was 14. I've always wanted to cook Asian foods, specifically, you know, because of him. But he's never really shown me anything. I've just gotten history lessons from him more than anything. Currently, I'm technically unemployed, but I'm working a stage at a restaurant in Manhattan Beach. A stage is essentially an internship. The sous chef right now is a guy that's only a few years older than me. A lot of chefs are extremely young. It's a really great field to get into, and you can advance really quickly. I'm not at the point where I'm ready to become a sous chef or be in that way accomplished, but I'm accomplished in the way that I already have a rudimentary understanding of fine dining, and I'm on my way.
How many potatoes did you make?
Like 10. Hold on a second. Might need something more. Who knows? That's a lot better. I mean, I impressed my dad with my cooking. You can't impress him with anything. I could go win a Nobel Prize and he'd be like, well, how much is it paying? So, you know, that to me is a huge milestone in my career.
Good to see you guys.
Good to see you too.
Hi, Nacho.
How you doing?
I'm good. Hi, Anthony. When I first went to my first show, I didn't know who the bands are. I met new people. It was awesome. Like, they invited me, like, hey, Jan, let's go to the show. Like, okay. And that was the show that when I first saw Corrupted Youth, Red Dot Symptoms, most of every bands. I mean, I don't have a top favorite, but I love all the bands. I do. I haven't seen you.
You know me? Shit.
I haven't seen your shows. Like, oh my God, I was thinking like, wait, where's Scott, man? Where's Scott? I haven't seen that motherfucker.
What do you do for a living?
I go to school. That's it. I can't work.
Why?
I'm on this SSI. And
Oh, you got it made for the rest of your life. Good job.
I know, but to be
How'd
honest,
you do it? You told him you didn't know the president or what?
I live with my family, but I'm getting kicked out.
How'd you get Social Security though?
I do want to get a job, but
How'd you get Social Security though? How'd you get it?
to be honest, I had that since I was born.
Why?
It's because I've been in and out of hospital. I'm born disabled, and you know, it's kind of
disabled?
Yeah. I'm born with no right arm.
No way.
I'm not kidding.
You are not kidding. You couldn't tell though. You're drinking.
Gary! Gary!
It's
good seeing you.
I'm tired.
Oh my God, it's good to see you. I want to hug you again. I want to hug you again. You fucking cut your hair.
I lost my hair, but I got a job. Hey, win-win. It works. Yeah. It's like you lose your hair, but you gain a job. It's awesome. It's like I feel like a paycheck's a little bit more important than this. You know, of course. A little bit.
$3.
Like that, like one-on-one conversation with them all the time.
Well, usually I stay at the door and I charge people. I'm the mean guy. I'm the bad guy.
No,
in and out.
Oh shit.
Yeah, $3. I've had comments at the door like, you guys are all about the money, that's all you guys care about. At first, I would try to explain to them, but I finally realized that no matter what you tell people, they're never going to be satisfied because they're not getting their way.
This guy.
$3. Sometimes we actually end up coming home in debt and we had to pay out of pocket. It's happened to us a few times. It happens to everyone.
We have a TJ band, Lucky 7, Hammock band, Skate Drink and Fuck or something like that. And local bands from here, Skeptical Youth, Defected Drones, Crusty Drums from South Central, and my band personally is performing too.
You know someone threw a bottle at my camera operator?
Yeah? Where he at?
It's a firecracker. That's what you call a pissed off neighbor.
Basketball court over the side, right? So because of that shit, the owner's mad. So I guess we're gonna shut down this fucking gig right now, man. Yeah, fuck all you guys messed it up, not me, dude.
That's what me trying to
Can you
talk
get
to
the camera
her.
on my face?
No.
Turn that shit off.
You really have been dealing with them because this is my place up here. And that's my yard. All right? So then that be quiet. I don't want to hear. And so nobody went and told me shit. They don't own it. They rent it
as you do too.
So what? But I'm the
Same
boss.
shit.
That's my yard.
So they don't rent it.
No, they don't. I don't give a fuck what anybody says with their fucking sad story. Fuck them. It's my yard. Get the fuck out. You're trespassing. That did it. I live upstairs. This is my residence. They don't live here.
She's just bitching, as you can say, like, to get whatever she can out of it.
Here he comes out with the sad story. You don't have shit to. The owner told me. Don't let him come out here. It's your yard.
Please confirm the cross with Cesar Chavez.
All right, thank you, sir. Have a great night.
Wait, why they leave?
Because they have a shooting. Something more important than us.
Anything wrong.
Oh, in shows I've seen fights, people throwing bottles at each other, stabbings, people somehow magically out of the blues popping out a bat off of their pants or so. I don't even know how they pop them. They're so tight. I got stabbed 3 times already. Couldn't even walk for like 4 days or 5 days. Missed work a lot. A lot of things, shootings, drive-bys, like crazy stuff.
Yeah, teachers, back up and that's it. Hey, how you like anything myself? All you niggas just back the fuck up.
I'm just having a good time, man.
We were here before you
I
guys.
don't even know who your ex is.
Oh, watch out. Hey, don't fight. No, let him fight. Let him fight. Hey, don't fucking jump in. Let him scrap. Don't get down.
She's meaner than face. You're the fucking devil! You're the fucking devil!
No, it's cool, dude, but they just got to control it a little better. I mean, can't have alcohol in a tattoo shop, basically. It's not, there's no permits for that. They're just kids, you know? Everybody goes through different stages of life.
Well, the first time I met April, I always thought she was like 18, 19, I'm not gonna lie. And when she told me I'm only 15, I was like, holy fuck. What am I doing kicking it with you? This is not right. 10 years younger than me and shit. Like,
my generation is like horrible. That's why I hang out with like older people. You know, I experience from them and then I know what to do and what not to do.
City girl. Oh, graceful. Watch you eat. I have your back no matter what. Whatever it comes to, somebody messing with you, somebody punking you, you needing somewhere to stay in the future, I got you.
One of my favorite things about Sil is that she doesn't care, like, especially if she's drunk, she beat up anybody. She tells me, like, she messes with you, I'll beat her up. I'm like, no, it's okay. You know, she's a really good person.
I'm going to wear these for school tomorrow.
Yeah?
Yes.
You like them?
Yeah. I want to keep them clean. So
Sil, Moko, and Alice ended up moving in here because we both needed help. So we just helped each other out. And now we roll together. We're like family now. We live together. Sil's like my mom, so she makes food for us. If I can't afford rent, I talk to Sylvia. Sylvia helps me. Since I can't get a job since I'm young. But after summer, like, I'll probably get a job and then help her out.
my mom is wrestling you too. There's no more orange juice.
Yeah, we're too hyper. Drink some water first. I know I sound like mom and stuff a lot of the times to you, but I'm like, just don't get pregnant. There's something called condom. Shh. I don't hear her. I don't see her having a kid. I see her getting locked up for beating the crap out of someone. That's what I see. I'm not gonna lie.
I don't want kids. I have Alice already. You're really, really little. So you don't have to worry about anything.
I know.
And then why are you crying? You have everything you want, everything that you need. All you gotta do is stay in school. And once you finish, don't you want to go to high school like me? You don't want to be a big girl going to high school, dressing all nice?
No, but it tastes like twig.
Is it Chinese?
Mm-hmm.
For me, the family means the ones that are there for you when you need it. You know, the ones that help you out with anything. It doesn't have to be by blood, but it has to be by heart. I'd rather just hang out with friends, treat them as family, you know?
Earlier today, we're at SEL Apparel in Watts. The cops came down saying they supposedly got a call for somebody getting stabbed or something like that.
Do you know why we're here? Apparently somebody got stabbed and they're like dying or something.
Who are you?
I'm the owner of this business.
Okay, you have ID?
Oh, sure.
Okay. Can I see it? Well, this is what's going to happen. Okay, we're going to go in there. We are looking for a suspect. All right, we're also looking for any victims that may be stabbed. That is why we're going in there. You understand that?
No, I don't.
Okay, you don't have to agree with it, but that's what we're going to do.
Go over there, man. Step back over there. Step back. Over there. All right.
Move out the way. Clear the center. Move to the wall. Let the officers through.
All right, over here.
You're on your way back. Where are you?
The guy with the mohawk, Ray, they said that he fit the description. That they said some guy with the green mohawk stabbed some other guy. So that's why they brought him out here and they searched him.
Nobody got stabbed. Nobody got stabbed at all. I was right there the whole time.
Here's the thing, is that when the description comes out, green mohawk, Attila green mohawk, obviously you can see he's in handcuffs, right? It isn't that kind of a situation.
We're gonna take her on RV4 12/29/2014 at 08:30 a.m. Okay?
Haters gonna hate.
Everybody else, that way. Okay, let's go. All you guys gotta go. Everybody, time to go.
Okay, something? No. Everybody's going this way. I'm going over there.
All right, let's go.
Sure. We wanted to buy a shirt. Hey, come back next week. When there's resistance like that, we have to shut down the party, okay? It didn't have to go this way tonight, but it's the way it ended because of people's attitudes and egos.
Yeah, 83rd in San Pedro, 3316 South 83rd in San Pedro. Okay, I said 83rd in San Pedro right now. It's free for everybody.
83rd in San Pedro.
Whoever paid already, paid. Whoever hasn't paid, it's in for free.
83rd in San Pedro.
Put that shit on Facebook, MocoSpace, MySpace.
Since I guess I have an almost romantic relationship with food, it only seemed natural to keep pushing. Then when I got my first bout of community service for the beers in Daniel's backpack, it was actually your friend that pulled us over, but I forget his name, but he remembered you. He wrote me a ticket and I had 24 hours of community service, and they assigned me to one of the kitchens in Redondo Beach at the Salvation Army. And that was the first time I ever had experience working in like an actual commercial kitchen. It felt more right to be behind a stove and to be holding a knife rather than to, like the way my dad has his passion with his wrench and his vehicles, I have ingredients and a knife.
I mean, he's really good at what he does. He's really good. That pizza you made, it was better than Mom making the pizzas. But he's doing better. You know, he's trying to do his cooking. He's putting a real effort into that, which I didn't see that before.
I absolutely love this job here. The staff are the coolest staff I could ask to be working with.
I think he has a lot of heart, passion, and only a certain kind of person can really succeed in the kitchen. And I think this guy has to be so.
Fries, sliders, wings, pooter. Order up.
Test, 1, 2. Ooh.
Is that really how I sound? I sound awful. No wonder everyone hates me. I have ADHD and my voice sounds like shit. I need to smoke more. My voice is sounding girly.
The Estilo del Clan is a DIY secret venue. There needs to be secret venues for a couple of reasons. There aren't a lot of venues to play in South Central East LA, but with DIY secret venues, it's the security that you are going to play at a certain time. There's soundproofing. So it's kind of like controlled chaos, but it's a safe space for backyard bands to play.
What's up, homie? We're discussing a.
Don't you
have like new material?
We're working on it. We're working on it. We don't have anything that we haven't played yet, like ready for the public, but we've got new shit in the works. Dude, Moises and Danny and Carlos are fucking geniuses. Like I really can't take credit for the next song that comes out. It's mainly them. Like they're doing an amazing job on it.
Before we start, first up, I want to give a shout out to the homies Blake, to Blank, and Diego, who are in prison upstate right now. Let's free the homies, man. They didn't do shit. We're Psych Ward. Thanks for having us out tonight. Everyone move 1 foot forward.
I never thought people would ever even care what the lyrics were, let alone memorize them and sing along with us. It's an exhilarating and uplifting feeling to have somebody remember the words you wrote and get up on stage with you with no fear of anything, take the mic and sing your lyrics back to you. It's like a high. It's not as much about, landing a huge record deal or making as much money as it is about pushing music out there and helping people realize, there's a music for you. There's a constructive way to be angry but still let it out in a productive way rather than do things like what I did and a lot of other people did where we got self-destructive, we got outwardly destructive.
Anyone got any beer I can have? A little bit of beer? Somebody, anyone in beer? Liquor or something?
It's a great feeling when those people actually show up and appreciate. We've had a mosh pit going of over 100 people, and I'm standing this close to it, and they're all going to our music. It's incredible.
That's great.
I've never experienced happiness
that's great.
like that.
I just hope at some point some of these people get jobs, and if you have an album, they can buy it. I'm glad that you found something that works for you. A lot of people find it, a lot of people don't. That's great.
So I recently moved out of Watts to South Central because my mom, she's a good person, but we just couldn't have a good relationship. Feels weird without my mom, but it's the best for both of us. As long as I have somewhere to live at, it's just right, it's good, It was weird moving out of my house because I had my friends living there, Sylvia, Moco, and her daughter Alice. They were like my family. I feel bad for Alice because, she has feelings, she's a little girl, she doesn't understand. But I told her just be good in school and that's what she's doing. But I'm really not thinking about the future right now. It's just whatever happens, happens. And if it happens, if it's good, it's good. If it's bad, it's bad.
Okay, so basically we're rehearsing for the Casualty show this Saturday. We're pretty fucking excited. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I'm pretty excited right now just thinking about it. And besides the fact that we're all burnt out right now, honestly, I can say that we're all excited. We can express our feelings, right? I mean, look at that's a look of excitement. That should be the epitome of excitement right there. So Nacho Corrupted, how do you feel about this Saturday?
I don't know, Artie Chaos. How do you feel about Saturday?
That's a good one. As a matter of fact, I kind of feel pretty excited. I feel really excited, actually. I'm being serious and sarcastic right now, but it's cool. Eugene, how do you feel about Saturday?
Saturday? This Saturday?
Yeah, man.
It's gonna be childhood dreams coming true.
Speak to
It's
me.
like, oh, it's a childhood dream. It is, man. It's fucking awesome. Casualties, Street on Gods right there. That's it right there.
The Casualties, especially the early years, it reflected a lot on our upbringing. It's like they say we come from broken homes, and honestly, a lot of us pretty much did, you know? And the only family we fucking knew were pretty much punks and shit, you know what I mean?
¿Dónde está tu carro? Estoy ciego.
In front of the.
Oh, right there.
So you're gonna have, you might take out the bars.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get them to sign it.
I put Corrupted Youth on a casualty show that was really put together last minute.
All right, Nacho? Hey, Graham, appreciate all your hard work.
Hey, man, thanks for having us here.
Yeah, no worries.
The promoter of the show wasn't doing shit for the show. And I put Nacho's band on the show and I said, look, I need your help.
Ya a las 10, pues, we need to go up at 9:15. Pero ya lo dieron a las 10 ahorita.
Supposedly it's open at 9, no?
Sí, now it's at 9, dude. They pushed everything back.
I don't think that show would have been half as successful had Nacho not been involved in it. Nacho just like made that show go off.
Touches me in the heart, that Latino punk rock scene, because that's where I grew up, that's where I came from, and I see myself as part of that because we come from very low-income families.
I'm so excited to see you, man.
I want to tour with my band. I want to play everywhere we could, any place we could, coast to coast, everywhere.
I see my brother in the future being a role model for the punk scene, for the kids. I see him maybe going places, traveling, setting an example, helping people, giving back.
Gracias, cabrones, mucho cariño, güeyes. Muchas gracias, hermanos.
I grew up on the streets. I grew up in the projects. My father was a dishwasher. My mom worked in the factory sewing. Punk rockers for Latinos that come from the way I came, which is a lot of them, is all we have.
I was trying to sing like the songs that I fucking love, and it's just hard, man. Everybody loves their music so much. It's like, dude, I was cool with it. You know, it's awesome. Playing with them was more than enough. Fuck yeah. I was speechless, dude. I was like. On the canopy.
Have some brew,
Hey guys, whoever wants to kick it on the left side of the gig will be fucking great so we can push in more people.
I feel that I could be in this punk lifestyle for the rest of my life. Just need to continue enjoying and doing, like, as long as I'm having fun and everything's good.
There's people that leave the scene for whatever reason, you know, but a part of them, I feel, stays there.
I think the scene will go on forever As long as we have people that are passionate and they really love the scene and they're putting into it, the scene will definitely go on forever.
Punk music is showing them, you know, you're not alone in this. It's saying it will always be there. Like, there'll always be someone who understands. You don't have to think that, you know, you're struggling alone in this. From someone who is starving with 5 kids in the projects, up to someone, you know, who comes from the suburbs and feels completely misunderstood and ostracized, we're family. I love the way I'm living my life now. If things change, like they seem to every time I tell myself they won't, then they will change. And I will deal with it as it comes.
Why will change eventually as I grow up. Learning and experiencing stuff will change me, but I think I'll be just the same person, throwing shows, having fun, going to school.
I'm an aspiring attorney, just taking a break for 3 years and just writing music for Rhythmic Asylum, getting it out of my system before I become a professionally minded being, boring and thinking about my career.
What can I say? I love LA.
Right now, I'm a full-time student. I'm doing my prereqs for RN. That's my aim, to finish it up and go to nurse practitioner.
This is Adrian, my boyfriend.
She's really beautiful.
Life is short when you're having fun. So make the best of it, you only live once.
Yes, ladies, I'm single and I'm not looking. I'm just kidding.
I got this shit in Chinatown for like $10. Isn't that fucking cute?
We don't back down. We live the streets, we own the night.